Anybody here have infirmities? Oh man, we got a lot of denial here. We're gonna have to start a 12-step infirmities group. The Holy Spirit works through infirmities to heal and reveal Christ in us. Well, God, how come I have this weakness? God, why can't you do something about this weakness? I'll tell you exactly why you can't. Because that's going to be the very thing that attracts his strength. Not your strength, his strength. That's what creates dependency upon God, is our weaknesses. It also creates unity. How many of you know we all have weaknesses? That's the bad news. The good news, we don't all have the same weaknesses. And so God uses weaknesses to show me I need your help. He uses weaknesses to show you that you need my help. And more importantly, he uses weaknesses to show us that we need God's help. How many of you think our country needs God's help right about now? But we're not hearing that. We're hearing political answers. I'm going to tell you that politics is not the answer, it's the problem. Romans 8:26 says, likewise, the Spirit also helps your infirmities. Whose? This is the great apostle Paul talking here. Ours? Where's his faith? I thought if you had faith, that's a terrible confession. Our infirmities? Listen, infirmities are what faith is used on. Having infirmities, faith is not denial. In other words, faith calls those things which be not as though they were. It doesn't say that things aren't. That's denial. By faith, God, by his Spirit, helps our infirmities. But if we didn't have the infirmities, we wouldn't need the help. Therefore, we wouldn't need to believe. So it's not a negative confession to say we have infirmities. I'm sure Paul wouldn't have said that since he wrote the doctrine of faith. Likewise, the Spirit helps our infirmities when we know not how we should pray as we ought, but the Spirit itself makes intercession for us with groanings which cannot be uttered. What's it talking about? It's talking about praying in the Spirit. That when you're praying in tongues, the Holy Spirit is actually praying through you. And when you're praying in tongues, it does not involve the speech center part of your brain. It's another part of your brain that functions when you're praying in the Spirit. You see, a lot of times, because of our weaknesses, because of our past hurts or woundedness, we don't always know how to pray because our weakness guides us. We stay away from anything that will affect that weakness, anything that will affect that wound, anything that will affect that hurt. We're not being led by God. We're just being led by the avoidance of pain. But the Spirit helps our infirmities when we don't know how to pray as we ought. The Spirit makes intercession for us according to the will of God with groanings and moanings that can't be uttered. Now, the Greek word infirmities here, because I know there's always going to be somebody that's going to get Greek on me here and say, well, then the Greek, pastor, isn't. Well, I know, I looked up the Greek. The word infirmities, asthenia, is defined in the Greek dictionary, and it comes from the root word that means strengthless. Now, I'm going to tell you, if we were strong enough, why would we need the Holy Spirit? Now, here's the problem. We don't need the Holy Spirit because we think we're stronger than we are. And all you need to prove that out is a little age. And as you get older, you think, oh my goodness, I'm glad I saved money when I was younger and I could do things by my own strength, but now I need equipment. You know, I could cut it down with one of them hand saws, but now I got them power saws. Why? Because you realize that you need more strength. Strength only wears out. It doesn't gain unless you get something from the outside. Thank God for his strength.